Okay, that didn't quite go to plan, did it? Greetings! Hello, welcome back to Enshrouded. So, I spent a little bit of time just refarming the village here, and got our stocks of, well, wood essentially up. So we've now got nearly 2 full stacks of that. Plenty of cloth. Too much to fit in the crate. So, yes, welcome back. Today I want to move the base. I don't want my main base to be here. The reasons I explained in the last episode, it's a bit too close because you can always fast travel to the Cinder Vault there anyway. And I was thinking of maybe moving it further. Well, I don't know whether to go further over to the left, which I know we can glide down to. I think I'd rather go to the right, which is far more central. Well, kind of more central on the map. So we're going to look into that. Before I do, as it's early morning, the sun hasn't quite risen, there were a few things that I missed in the first episode. I was sort of keen to show you some stuff, a few little tricks and tips. So in doing so, I did miss a few things. Are you stuck on the rock? You are. Okay. Can't hit you. Get off that rock. That's the rock anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to continue looting. In the first episode I deliberately didn't want to put any cuts in it, and it did end up as a bit of a long episode really. I want to try and keep them to about an hour, or less if I can, because I don't want to lose your interest. So try and do that. The first thing that I missed is over this way. As you come down from the Cinder Vault over there, you come into this shroud, which I've already looted. And if you keep on going, there is a path that you can follow down here, and takes you round the corner here to some more lore. There you go, I'll let you have a read of that. And there is some cloth behind it, or some fur. Now, if you carry on up here, jump up here, there is a chest. And we've got some arrows, wooden arrows I'll leave. I think in this game we do get plenty more stuff. Lots and lots of arrows. I have already taken the beehives out from there. Let's carry on up the mountain. Sure if we can get up there. And whether we even need to. Yeah, so you can see the red shroud of death over there. We'll have to upgrade our flame before we can do anything with that. And don't think there's anything here. No. Oops. Bit of a long jump. I know there is other stuff around, and to be honest there are loot crates and things pretty much everywhere you go, and I will of course be missing some. There's a wolf den here. Drop down into it. Let's check up here first. No. Anything hidden up here? Just lots of wolves. Take all the goodies. So yeah, I don't think there's anything. Obviously wood. We'll Need to turn that into charcoal at a later date. All that. Like I was saying, there is flint absolutely everywhere, so you don't really need to worry about being next to flint. It only becomes a problem later when you move to the desert. Piece of corn. So I think in today's episode what I'm going to do is any long journeys, travelling and that sort of thing, I'm going to cut that out so as not to bore you with it. But when there's obviously something important going on, I will show you that. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. You can practice on these dummies if you want to sort of practice your fighting. You don't feel the need to do that. And 3 wood. The other thing I omitted to show you is grab some more water while we're here. There's an archery range where you can practice your bow and arrow skills. That's all the water. Just over here. And obviously I've already done it now, but you'll find some free arrows inside there. That's worth having, especially at the start of the game. Okay, so what have we got? A couple of those we could do with cooking those up, and one of those. A rested bonus back. So I am also aware, and although I haven't seen the comments on the last video yet, I'm sure somebody will have commented that I did miss a what you might call a secret wall in the blacksmith vault. I do know about it. I didn't loot it. I could have done, but I was kind of keen to just get on. Time was progressing, and I wanted to get something established, albeit this little base here. So let's drop off some of this loot. And have I got 5 stones? I don't have 5 stones, 1 stone short. So with these containers it can be a little bit tedious putting all the stuff away, but if you look at the bottom here, Shift and R moves everything that will stack, as you see. So that's a much quicker way of doing it. I do have lots and lots of berries now. We've got the red mushrooms that we'll need for upgrading the shrine. So I don't really need to take the corn with me. That's in there. Goes in there. I'm going to leave that there just because we're short of space. And everything else I think can go with us. Right, so to make some progress here then, obviously the game has been saved and restarted. So everything that I killed in the last game, or the last episode, will be back again. Actually, I think we might have some... Oh, further on. I think there's a body somewhere with some arrows in it. And obviously the loot boxes are back. More wooden arrows. There we go. More stuff, not arrows, but stuff. I'm not going to break everything up this time. I don't want to fill my pockets full of stuff just at this stage. We will have things like that. can avoid these traps this time. And the guy is missing. Not sure where he's gone. Interesting. Okay, so we came up here to grab the blacksmith. I can redo that. Let's grab this as we're passing. And we'll get the secret door so I can show you where it is. This time we do have a bow and arrow. If we could but hit it. There we go. Ow! You had a long reach. Take that loot because we can. Okay, so I'll just get rid of this guy. I know I don't need to come in here now, but loot's loot. Okay, that didn't quite go to plan, did it? Let's just use one of those health kits here. There we go. That was better. Okay, so obviously we came here and got the blacksmith out of that. Can't do those while I'm here. Metal scraps. And then directly across the way here is your secret door. And you will need a lockpick, which obviously I don't have, but with 2 metal scraps you can craft yourself one. It is actually cheaper to craft them at the blacksmith when you've summoned him. He only takes 1 metal scrap. But we haven't summoned him. There's nothing else lootable here, just the book to read. And the other thing I missed, I believe, is if you go up the steps here. I think I went into this, but I didn't actually go up the steps. Can't remember if I did or not. Anyhow. Ooh. Sheep's head poking through. Yeah, so there's another lore page here. Yeah, and a chest. And a lot more stuff to destroy if you so wish. Those, and then following me. And something I've noticed I'm very bad at in this game. In all other games, I use the number buttons on the keyboard to switch to the weapons I want. But in this game, for some reason, it's not automatic for me to do that. I seem to be continuously using the mouse scroll wheel, which is odd. I don't know whether that's something to do with just the way the game is or not. Right, so that's the blacksmith's little jail, camp, whatever you want to call it. So we want to carry on around the side here, and I did err to this in the last video. That's where we snuck in last time. So if you carry on up here, so we get some stamina. Get some stats back up. So this is the first sort of easy flame shrine. We're going to need this spark. to do our first upgrade. Sometimes there's some loot lying around, it's worth checking for. And then if you carry on even further, just around the side, this is the bit where I said you can pickaxe your way up. Now you don't actually need to pickaxe your way all the way up there. If you're careful, it is possible. Well, I use my glider, but it is possible to jump up here, like so. And I think if you go around the side here, maybe not. There we go. Oh. Cheating again. Hang on. Anyhow, you get the point. You can actually just quite easily get up there onto the top. We don't need to. We're going to go round the long way. So again, we're back at the front of the little camp there. Wolf has kindly killed a sheep for us. We're going to go back through this camp with the two dudes. Little scraps. Ow! Stuck in the middle there, that's awkward. Yeah, come on. Over there. Get rid of him. Shoot him because he's behind the fence. There we go. Get his stuff. Ah, 6% life leech. That's nice. I'm going to equip that. You can wear 2 rings. I'm going to delete the bones and I think the meat. And certainly the fur patch. We've overflowed on, well, we've overflowed on water and honey. That's kind of nice. It only does 11 damage, but it has got 260 durability. I think maybe salvage that one. Use that in its place. And I don't need those. Lots of those anyway. Just try and make a little bit of space. And I think all that's going to be wood anyway. Okay, so if we go left here, we go up to the tower essentially. So what I want to do is go right, and I'm just going to bandage. Obviously the higher, well, the further we go into the map, the higher the level the enemies get. Which is both good and bad. It's bad because, you know, clearly we haven't even got any clothes on, let alone armor. But it's good because the stuff that drops will be better stuff. So we'll get, you know, be better equipped to explore the easier areas. So you can see wherever there's a path going is going to lead to something. We want to go down this main path. So there's a little house here. As far as I remember, there's nothing much in it. And we can come back to that. Don't want to get too distracted at the moment because we really need to get our little base set up somewhere. Wolf is probably going to aggro on us. Should take him out just in case we encounter more. Yeah, so he was a little bit higher level. So there is an area over there. What we got down here? Looks like there's a nice flat area right next to the red shroud down there. And I believe that big building over there is where we go to get the hunter, as far as I remember. I'm sorry about whipping the camera around, by the way, but this game is quite important to keep your eyes open. You don't really want to be taken by surprise, and enemies can creep up behind you silently. So yeah, so that's the red shrouded death there. We definitely don't want to go into that. Let's carry on around here. I'm deliberately not running at the moment. I want my stamina just in case we get surprised, like that for instance. I do need some stone. There are 3 wolves there. So I was thinking of this area here for our base. I think it's a little bit further to the northeast, a little bit more central to certainly the starting area. And it's fairly flat. And that does look like a wolf den. So we are losing the sun. So I think what we'll do is we'll build our little flame altar. Oh, more wolves over there. Okay. So this is not really somewhere you want to get caught in the dark, unprepared. So this hill that I'm stood on is kind of in the way. Oh, there's lots of wolves around here. Maybe we should move a little bit further this way. And we come into some other stuff here. Alright, well, I think we'll just pick somewhere. We can always take the mounds of earth out. I think maybe... awfully level there, is it? Let's go for there. Okay, so now that we've got our second flame altar, we can fast travel between them and bring our stuff back over. So, you can see where we are there, right up against the red shroud. We're going to fast travel back here. And first of all, we're going to compress everything we can compress with Shift R. That leaves us with a few little bits and bobs. So, and just squeeze those down, a bit less space, and then Shift F. We can take, is it Shift F? Yeah, just Shift F. Maybe we need to have one selected. No, Shift F's not working. Just F. Okay. Take everything. Oh, Shift F is to stack. Okay, so it's easy enough. And then pick that up. Pick that up, and then I'll fill with everything else that we can, which is essentially That's everything we can carry. Okay, so back to the other base. Then we want to put our box down. Again, this is only temporary for now. We will do something a bit more permanent as soon as we get established. So, we want that goes next to it, and that, no matter which way round. Do cloth next, and workbench we can put down. And I'll just chuck this in for now. We're going to have to sort that all out afterwards. There's room for those as well, so I'll hold on to that one. Okay, so again, this is just a temporary thing. As you've seen, we can pick them up afterwards. And back to the other one. Okay, so take everything out of there. Pick that one up, and that's everything, but I'm going to actually leave the flame altar here temporarily. I know we can fast travel back to over there anyway. No, scratch that. We've got a glider, so we can always fast travel back to there if we need to come back here. So I'm actually going to get rid of this. So we extinguish the flame, and that gives you a 30-second countdown just in case you change your mind. So we don't need it. Back over here. And put our box down so we can empty our inventory a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep that for, let's say, more important stuff. We've got lots of metal scraps, that's kind of nice. The arrows can stay. Can go back on there. And I know we need some of these things. Let's have a look actually. So, strengthen the flame, we need resin, mushrooms, bones. So I think we've got everything, perhaps not the resin. I remember seeing resin. Just chuck those in there for now. No resin. Okay, so it's obviously night time and I clearly don't have a bed here. Now you can't make a bed. As you can see, it's not in the workbench and it's not in our own... Yeah, we can't make it ourselves. So what we have to do first is we have to make at least a shelter or some form of a shelter. So to do that, we need stone. I don't think that's going to make much. See how we get on with that. We also need a construction hammer. And you can make scaffolding if you need to get to higher heights, but I think we'll be okay. So, construction hammer. Got 1,000 stone bricks. So then you need to think about how you want your base to look. And I actually rather fancy, let's go to 4 meters, and we'll just start off with the cheaper floors. I actually fancy having this in the sort of center of our little village, and having the base a little bit kind of further away from it, maybe with a courtyard and then buildings surrounding it. So as this ground isn't very level, I don't actually have a rake. I think what I'll do is I'll bring us out away from there. Just for now at least. So that's the edge, we can't build past that, it won't let you. So I'm going to remove that one and then we're going to go just do a 3x2, and we'll put a doorway in the middle. And might as well have a window each side. And there's not much of a view in any other direction, so we'll just go for walls. Do for now. And I'm going to have a sloping roof for now. So we'll just stick those on there. And we've run out of stone. It doesn't go very far, does it? It's just a basic hut to start with, and as the game progresses we'll be able to develop it into something else. So we finished with the stone. We don't actually need the stone blocks now either. Put those in there. And then some form of a roof. So if we look at roofs, the only thing we've got open to us at the moment is a plant fibre roof, which surprisingly requires plant fibre. We've got some of that. Plant fibre roof. Of those and see how we go. So here we need to hold the Alt key down. I think again I'm not sure if I swapped those buttons over, so you might need either Control or Alt depending on your configuration. Okay, there we have a basic shelter. Obviously we can't see anything now, but we can make a fireplace. Yeah, so we need wood logs and some stone. That back in there. That. Drop the roof blocks back in there. I obviously made far too many, but fine. Okay, so for now we've finished with the building hammer. Store that somewhere. And where our bed's going to be particularly. We want this somewhere fairly close to your bed so that you know, you can benefit from its warmth. Out there. And now that we've got a shelter built, we can build a bed. Just a basic one. So plant fibre, 3 string, some torn cloth. Where are we? Plant fibre, torn cloth. And do we not have string ready made? We didn't. Oh yes, we did. Okay, so we can make a bed. And for now I'm just going to stick that over there. Should be okay. And that means we can sleep. Get rid of the night time. And there we go, it's morning. That back on there. We can cook our food on here. We have actually only got the one. I'm sure with the number of wolves that are surrounding us, we will have plenty more very quickly. Okay, so first thing to do is take all of that and put that up. And we need to sort of have some kind of a configuration for our storage, which will get out of hand quickly. So let's just start it off by the door here for now. String next to that. And what's next? This is all for the other box, really. What have we got in that other box? Quite a lot. Got the box itself and 3 more items. So we need to lose 4 things into here. That can stay, and those 2, 3, 4. Okay. Take all of those, and the box itself. Okay, so we'll have this as our sort of magic box kind of thing for now. I could actually do with keeping some of those on me. Can go in there, build stuff, stick this over here. Just takes a bit of work getting yourself sorted and organized to start with. Just chuck those in there. Shroud wood. Oh, gonna need another box. Okay, let's just move this before we do that. Stick this under the window. What do we need? We could actually make the small chest as opposed to the tiny chest, but for that you need nails, and we're not there yet. So just string and twigs. Make 2 while we're there. Okay, so I'm going to shove those odd things in there. We're not using the scrap arrows yet. Do want the metal scraps to kind of stack. So it's in there, and I think we're pretty good for the time being. We've pretty much set up there now. So any of these smaller stones we can just pick up. These you can dismantle, but we want the stone, so I'm not going to dismantle them. Obviously anything that we pick within our base area will not respawn. Changes we make will not respawn. So all these easy things. Alright, so next thing we need is a summoning staff. I did have twigs on me anyway, just done it that way. We do need the purple berries, so I don't actually want to get rid of them. So let's put foody things in that last one. So those are foody things. Enshrouded should really be in. Build one. That there. And we can actually take the stuff we need. Sorry, a lot of umming going on. I'm just trying to think forwards, think ahead. So what I'm going to do is we'll make the summoning staff, but I'm not going to place the blacksmith just yet. So, I'm going to make some more stone. And sure the best place, but I want to place the blacksmith. Maybe, where's our line? Line is pretty close to us at the moment. So I'm going to use these cheaper floors for now. If the ground isn't level, as you see, the corner of the base there is actually off the ground. You're better off using the foundations. But they use up a lot of stone. Okay, so I'm going to give him a back wall, protect him against wolves, and side wall. They have to be sheltered, in case you were wondering, so I could put him in my base, but then we're going to run out of space real quick, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so that's that, and then we want roofs. And they've run out. Let's fill in the hole. And then we need some more roof stuff. Gonna go nuts on that because fibre is really important for lots of other things. So hopefully this will give us enough. And could really do with some kind of a fence around there, but what can we do with that? That's terrain manipulation. It's a 2 meter. It's kind of a block. Really want to put the block in there. And maybe we'll just do that. So that's kind of the middle there. Like that. I can't put a horizontal block in. I don't think we have one. There is a 4 meter one, but that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be too much. Do it that way. Yeah, quite like that. Right, so summoning staff, and select our blacksmith, Enemy stood at the door ready to greet us.
Oi!
Oi, oi yourself. Okay.
Watch out! Sparks flying.
So he wants us to create either a scrappy sword, a spike club, or some armor. Well, we're going to do the armor. It's just a word of encouragement. And then he's telling you you should rest up and eat before you go out on a journey, which we already knew. Okay, so we can build a forge, which requires charcoal, and a kiln, which requires stone. Presumably the kiln makes charcoal, so we need that before we can make the forge. So let's go ahead and make one of those.
Never force it. Just get a bigger hammer.
And that can go outside. Need to be undercover. Okay, so to make charcoal we need dirt and wood logs. So this is where you start to see the importance of me collecting all that wood. So stone away. I'll grab the 250. Going to need it. And that can go away now. And I think we can put these away now. Sort the hotbar back out. Okay, so that's your wooden logs. That's easy enough. Dirt you can get by digging up the ground, and as you remember I said nothing respawns if it's in your area of the flame, and I think our area of the flame kind of, at the moment, kind of cuts through that. So just going to run a little bit away from the base and take this wolf out. Yep, they hurt. I don't know what's going on with that mace. That's not seem to be doing much damage. I'm going to leave the bone. Oh, maybe not. I was going to say I'm going to leave the bone there. I don't really need it. Just bandage up again. Okay, so this stuff here is shroud material. Don't really need that. That seems to be a big hole with a rabbit in it. So just have a wander over this way. For one thing, we will probably need flint at some point. I haven't seen any flint over here yet. I'm just going to swap those over because that mace was not particularly useful. Let's just dig some of this up. Get some stone as well, that's fine. And let's have a drink. There we go. Okay, that's over 100 dirt. That's more than enough to get us started. Stammer again. Okay, so we'll chuck the dirt in there with the logs, and that'll start making us charcoal. And then once we get the charcoal, we just metal scraps and wood, so then we can make the forge.
Break a
So
leg.
that'll get us off and started. As for this thing, seek out more survivors. I shall indeed. But before we do that, I think I would like to find some resin and strengthen that flame. So we're looking for orange trees, which of course are next to the wolves. Perhaps we should use the axe. Okay, looks like we're going to have to fight these. Kinda hoping not to. This guide. Oh, of course. As soon as I open the inventory. Okay. So, fortunately, bandages are cheap, which is just as well. And that orange tree, 2 more over there. So. Be careful not to get too close to these guys just yet. We will be taking them out, but I'd like to at least make some progress before we do that. Okay, hopefully got enough resin. Yes, oh, we only needed 5. So, red mushrooms we're okay on, bones we're okay on, so we need shroud liquid, spark, and 5 animal fur. A lot. Okay, so that's everything we need. So that increases our flame level, it increases the building range, the area that we have to build in. So you can see each time you do it, increases your character attribute bonuses. It gives you more time in the shroud. It increases your shroud passage level from 2 to 3 the next time we do it. And the altar activation capacity, so that's how many of these altars we can have in the world. So we're currently now on 4, we were on 2. Next time we upgrade we're on 6. And then that's a list of the stuff we need to be able to upgrade it. So be looking out for that. The scavenger matron head is obviously going to be the more difficult one to get. But yeah, we'll get there. Okay, so charcoal yet? No, just about to get 15 I think it makes at a time. Yeah, so let's put that in my inventory just in case it unlocks something, which it didn't. And for your forge, we need 10. So 10 metal scraps and the charcoal. And like now. I put those in the other one, did I? Yeah. Go in there. I'm going to put the meat in there for now because we have got a fair amount of meat on us. And shroud liquid, we'll consider that's magical. It's not actually. And I want to leave some water here because if we do find another well, I don't want to not be able to pick it up. Although I think it'd just create a new stack, but see. Right. I've just put away all the stuff I needed, haven't I? So we need 30 stone and 12 wooden logs.
Now get out.
Yeah, okay. No need to be rude. So 30 stone. And I think it was 12 wooden logs, wasn't it? Okay, so forge, yeah, 12 wooden logs, that was handy.
Strike while the iron's hot.
So forge is, well, it's a hot thing. So that over there maybe? No, it would be in the back, wouldn't it, on the blacksmith? Sure, it would be in the back somewhere. How about there? Okay, so this we can. The only thing we can do at the moment is make metal sheets, and it's going to require charcoal as its fuel, and then metal scraps. So we can get it started, but that's not going to make many. So we're going to need to keep an eye on the charcoal. Yeah, so we've got 4. Put those in the other box. Okay, so metal scraps. We do have a few, but we're going to need those for other things, so I don't want to use all of them. We'll chuck those in there. That'll get us started. As soon as we get more charcoal, we can chuck that in here as well. And we can make some armor. We can do a fur armor, which rising fighter armor, 15 and 10 magical resistance, or 42 and 21. So if we look at the chest piece, 42, 21 plus 60 health. Chest piece on that one doesn't give us any other bonus, and it's only 26. So we clearly, if that's our only choice, we're better off with the rising fighter chest armor. But I don't want to do that because I think we can do better. So just going to clear off all these yellow dots. Got to see what's new when something new comes in. The ward is a replacement for the shield. So if you want to use a two-handed weapon, you can equip a ward in the shield block, I believe. Or you can use the shield. So let me just clear these yellow dots. That's all of them. Manual crafting. That way, when something new hits us, we'll be able to see the yellow dot flashing. It doesn't
Anything
always
else?
work, but it is kind of handy. Right, so there we are. We're kind of up and running. We have our little base set up. I'm gonna hold off making armor at the moment, simply because I think we can do better than the Rising Fighter, which is essentially just rags. So I think in the next episode we're gonna go and get the Hunter and maybe the Alchemist as well. Because I'm pretty sure the Hunter does a much better sort of starting armor. But we're going to need a lot of stuff to make it. You know, cloth and fur wraps and all that kind of thing. However, we do have neighbours over there, and they love fur. They hoard it. So I think if we can go and raid their camp, we should easily be able to get enough to make an armor. And the Hunter is just up there. So that'll get us off to a good start in the next episode. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've stuck with me till the end. And, well, hasn't been so much of a learning exercise in this episode, but as we go through it, you know, hopefully you'll see some progression and learn a bit more. And maybe we'll be able to upgrade our base from, well, fibre roofs, for one thing. Anyway, take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.